What's up, guys? First off, I want to say thanks for taking your time to consider my application. I really appreciate that. And I want to tell you guys a little bit about myself. My name is Matt Peel. I am 22 years old. I'm from Lexington, Kentucky. I've lived here my whole life, with the exception of 6 months that I spent out of the country, 4 months in Peru and 2 months in Madagascar. I graduated college last May, got married last June, and my wife and I are expecting our first child in late October, early November. So we're really excited about that, and things are about to change big time in our family, but we're looking forward to it. So the application asks me to answer 2 questions in this video, and I want to get right into that and give you guys the answers that you need. First question is, why do I want this job? Why would I want to work for you? And I think for me the answer is simple. I love language learning in general. I love language and I love to learn. And I really believe in the Mimic Method. I really believe in what you all are doing. I think the methods that you use and the approach that you have is really cutting edge, and it's really at the forefront of the language learning market right now, and that's a big deal to me. I want to be a part of that. I want to have my hand in that process in whatever way that I can. I would love to be creating the content and driving the content behind the Mimic Method, behind this engine of language learning success that you guys are creating. I just think it's awesome, and I can't imagine a better job than being a part of that. So I want to also answer the question of why you would want me, because that's obviously a bigger deal, is what separates me from anybody else. Why should you hire me instead of hiring the next guy? And I want to break that down into 3 answers. The first being values. I identify wholeheartedly with the values of your company that you laid out in the application so clearly. I love to learn. I love to grow as a person. I especially love to learn about other cultures, other languages. I am fascinated by the world. I want to see it all. I want to be a part of it all. I want to be truly a citizen of the world. I am fascinated by almost everything. I put all my time into learning things, understanding things, growing and becoming good at things. I'm determined to be good at everything that I'm interested in. I want to give you a couple examples of that. I made a list of some of the hobbies that I have that I've put at least 50 to 100 hours into, some probably more like 500 to 1,000 hours, and several of these I've done at a professional level, but I'm just going to read them just so that you can get a little bit of an idea of the things I like to do. Photography, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, blues piano, guitar, saxophone, drums, disc golf, tie-dye. I made this shirt. I used to do it professionally. Chess, camping, survival skills, weightlifting, cooking, breakdancing, mixed martial arts, winemaking, distilling, language learning, hunting and trapping, fiction writing, knitting, gardening, and pottery. And that's just a few of the things that I have found myself attracted to and have worked hard at over the years. Another part of my values that I think should be a big deal to you is that I'm hardworking and conscientious, and everybody says that I'm hardworking and conscientious. What does that mean? Well, let me break it down a little bit further with an example. And this, at the risk of sounding arrogant, I'm using this example because it's the best example I could think of, and that is my college GPA. I graduated from college with a 4.0 GPA, and at first glance you would probably think, oh, that means you were in the library 10 hours a day, that means you studied for every test for 20 hours, and you did things that other people weren't willing to do. You put in, way too much time. You were a nerd, and none of those things are true. I probably put in less time on average than most people, I would guess. Um, and I think there's two reasons for that. One is I've been gifted with a certain level of intelligence. I consider myself a pretty smart person. Learning comes naturally to me, and I'm very thankful for that. But more importantly than that, I am driven to do my best in everything that I do. I am not able to sleep at night if I know that I had a task and that I didn't do the absolute best that I could do on that task and present my best work in everything that I do. And because of that, in every class, whether I cared about the class or not, whether I had any professional interest in the class or not, I did the work that it took to get an A in that class because I wouldn't have been able to sleep otherwise. Because I wouldn't have been able to live with myself knowing that I hadn't done the absolute best that I was capable of doing. So that's what I mean when I say that I'm hardworking and that I'm conscientious. I really, truly care about the quality of the work that I produce. The second aspect that I want to talk about is skill set. Every job has a required skill set that you have to have in order to do excellent professional quality work in that field. And I don't want to do average work or even good work in the field that I'm in. I want to do excellent quality work. And I believe that my skill set, the things that I'm capable of, perfectly fit the necessary skills to do excellent work in this position of content manager. I have a degree in English with a concentration in creative writing. I've taken business writing classes, technical writing classes, journalism classes, fiction classes, nonfiction classes, all kinds of creative writing classes. And all of these have led to me having the ability to write at an advanced professional level, even more so than my peers. I've received multiple writing awards. I received my freshman year an award for the best research paper in the entire English department in any class. Also, my freshman year, I came in second in a school-wide essay contest. My junior year, I had my first story published in a professional level literary magazine. My senior year, I had another story published in a different literary magazine, and just about a month ago, I had my third story published in a literary magazine. So I think that these accomplishments speak for themselves in terms of my ability to write, my ability to communicate. I consider myself highly skilled in that area, and I think that will greatly benefit the Mimic Method and the content that you're able to put out. Third, I am an avid consumer of your product and your market. I love language learning, and a lot of the time that I put into language learning goes into finding new resources, finding new methods, finding new ways for me to learn language, and therefore I will be able to create content that is geared toward language learners because I am one. I will know and be better able to understand the needs of your consumers, your readers, your market, because I'm a part of your market, because I want to create content that I want to read, and I know what I want to read, and I will be able to quickly find out what readers want to get from the Mimic Method. As far as nice to haves, I speak Spanish fluently. I've studied Arabic, I've studied Greek, French, Italian, and obviously Spanish. And I learned Spanish as an adult over the last 4 years since the first time I went to Peru. So I have that language learning experience as well. I'm willing to spend time in Lisbon. That sounds fantastic to me. I've never been to Lisbon, and I'd love to spend time there. I also play music. Like I listed earlier, I play guitar, drums, piano, saxophone, all kinds of things. And I sing decent. I'm no professional, but I like to sing, and I think I'm okay at it. So that's a little bit about me. I hope that tells you what you need to know. I really appreciate your time.